beneath the blazing desert sun, where life clings to the edge of existence. The desert snake lies hidden, silent, patient, one with the shifting sands. This is not just a creature. It is an ancient force, a living embodiment of the harsh, unforgiving landscape it calls home. For countless millennia, while empires rose and fell, this silent hunter has mastered the art of survival in a world of extremes. Its existence is a testament to perfect adaptation, a story written not in ink, but in the subtle movements across the dunes. The sun beats down with relentless intensity, baking the ground until it shimmers with heat. But for the snake, this furnace is a cradle. It draws warmth directly from the earth, its cold-blooded nature a key to conserving precious energy. To the untrained eye, the vast expanse of the desert appears empty, a void of golden brown monotony. But look closer, listen with more than your ears, and you will begin to perceive a world teeming with hidden life, a kingdom where the desert snake reigns as the undisputed, unseen monarch. Its dominion is one of heat, silence, and absolute patience, a world where the slightest tremor in the sand can mean the difference between life and death. Its world is not made of light or shadow, but of heat and vibration. Every grain of sand hums with the whispers of life, prey, danger, survival. The snake's primary sense is not sight, though its eyes are sharp, but a profound connection to the ground beneath it. Its entire body is an intricate sensory organ, capable of detecting the faintest footsteps of a desert mouse or the scurrying of a beetle from meters away. Its forked tongue darts in and out, a mesmerizing rhythmic dance that samples the very air itself. Each flicker brings microscopic particles to the Jacobson's organ on the roof of its mouth, painting a chemical map of the surrounding environment. It can taste the direction of a potential meal, discern the presence of a rival, or sense the subtle shift in humidity that precedes a rare desert rain. This is a form of perception so alien to our own, a way of seeing the world through scent and tremor. While we are blinded by the brilliant glare of the sun, the snake navigates a rich, complex tapestry of information woven into the fabric of the desert floor. The shimmering heat waves that distort our vision are, to the snake, a clear and present part of its reality, a constant flow of thermal data that guides its every decision. For hours, it remains motionless. To see it, you must look for what is not moving for absence itself. This stillness is not laziness. It is a highly evolved hunting strategy, a masterclass in energy conservation and camouflage. The intricate patterns on its scales, a mosaic of desert hues from pale ochre to deep umber, allow it to blend seamlessly into the sandy terrain. It becomes a living part of the landscape, indistinguishable from the ripples and shadows carved by the wind. A predator or an unsuspecting prey animal could pass within inches and never know the danger lurking beneath the surface. This state of near-total immobility is a form of deep meditation, where the snake's metabolism slows to a bare minimum. Its breathing becomes shallow, its heartbeat faint. It is a living statue, a monument to patience. In this state it waits. It is not waiting in the way a human waits, filled with anticipation or boredom. It is a pure instinctual state of being, a perfect equilibrium with its environment, ready to explode into action at the precise, opportune moment. This art of stillness is the desert's most profound lesson, and the snake is its most devoted student. Then, without warning, the sands come alive. Its body flows like liquid shadow, carved by centuries of survival. The transition from absolute stillness to fluid motion is instantaneous, a breathtaking display of controlled power. There is no wasted movement, no hesitation. It moves with a serpentine grace that has inspired myths and legends for millennia. Using a method known as sidewinding, it lifts its body in elegant loops, touching the scorching sand in only 2 points at any given moment. This is not just a way to move quickly across the loose, shifting dunes. It is a brilliant adaptation to minimize contact with the searingly hot surface and conserve energy. The track it leaves behind is a series of disconnected, parallel J-shaped marks, a temporary signature on the face of the desert. Watching it move is like watching a ribbon of living energy flow across the landscape, perfectly in tune with the contours of the dunes. Its muscles ripple in coordinated waves, propelling it forward with a speed and efficiency that seems to defy the laws of friction. It is a dance of survival, a silent, hypnotic ballet performed on a stage of endless sand under the vast, indifferent sky. When night descends, the desert cools, but for the snake, the hunt begins. Her eyes reflect the moonlight, turning darkness into sight. The oppressive heat of the day gives way to a deceptive chill, and the nocturnal creatures of the desert emerge from their burrows. This is the snake's prime time. The sand, which has stored the sun's warmth, now provides a perfect thermal blanket. Her vertical pupils mirror slits in the harsh daylight, now widen into large, dark orbs, gathering every photon of available light from the moon and stars. While her vision is not her primary tool, it becomes incredibly effective in the low light of the desert night, allowing her to detect the ghostly silhouettes of her prey. More importantly, the temperature difference between the cooling air and the still warm bodies of small mammals creates a thermal landscape that she can perceive with her heat-sensing pits. The darkness that blinds other creatures is, for her, a canvas illuminated with the bright, warm signatures of her next meal. The huntress is awake, and the desert night is her domain. Coiled in silence, she becomes the perfect weapon, a promise of motion held in stillness. And when she moves, it's already too late. Tucked into the curve of a sand dune or partially buried with only her eyes and nostrils exposed, she waits again. But this is a different kind of waiting. It is the tense, focused stillness of a loaded spring. Every muscle is primed, every sense is on high alert. She has detected the signature of prey, the faint vibrations of a jerboa, the warm infrared glow of a desert mouse. Time seems to slow down. The distance is calculated, the trajectory is plotted. Then the strike. It is one of the fastest movements in the animal kingdom, a blur of motion that is over in less than 1/10 of a second. The head launches forward, the mouth gapes open, and fangs as sharp as hypodermic needles deliver their potent venom with surgical precision. There is no struggle, no prolonged chase. There is only the silent, coiled potential, followed by a singular, explosive, and irreversible action. For the prey, the world simply ends. The sands reclaim her, swallowing every trace. The surface smooths once more as if she never existed. After the strike and the subsequent meal, the snake retreats back into the embrace of the desert. With slow, deliberate movements, she uses her head and body to push sand aside, gradually disappearing beneath the surface. The wind, the desert's tireless sculptor, immediately begins its work. It whispers across the dunes, and the tiny grains of sand shift and settle, erasing the marks of the hunt, smoothing over the disturbed ground. Within minutes, the scene is pristine, as if nothing had ever happened. There is no evidence of the life and death drama that just unfolded. This is the snake's ultimate trick, the vanishing act. She is a ghost, a fleeting presence that leaves no lasting mark. Her existence is cyclical, an endless rhythm of emergence, hunting, and disappearance. By becoming one with the sand, she not only hides from larger predators like hawks or desert foxes, but also returns to a state of thermal equilibrium, digesting her meal in the stable, insulated temperatures beneath the surface. The desert keeps her secrets, but the desert remembers. Every track, every ripple carries the story of those who ruled in silence. While the wind may erase individual tracks, the presence of the snake is etched into the very soul of the ecosystem. She is a keystone species, a critical regulator of rodent populations. Without her, the delicate balance of the desert would be thrown into chaos. The stories of the snake are not written in books, but are carried in the instincts of other animals. The jerboa knows to leap erratically. The lizard knows to scan the sand for the slightest anomaly. Her presence shapes the behavior of every creature she shares this habitat with. On a moonlit night, if you look closely at the vast, sweeping dunes, you can almost read the history of these silent rulers. The faint, ghostly patterns left by a sidewinder just before the wind erases them. The subtle depression in the sand where one lay in ambush, these are the hieroglyphs of the snake's dominion. They are testaments to a life lived in perfect, deadly harmony with one of the most extreme environments on Earth. The desert does not forget its masters. It simply holds their stories in a silent, sandy embrace. In this kingdom of heat and silence, the desert snake is both hunter and ghost, unseen, unheard, eternal. As the stars wheel across the immense, ink-black sky, the snake rests, half buried in the cool, silvered sand. She is an ancient, living jewel, her scales shimmering faintly under the cold moonlight. Her life is a continuous loop, a timeless cycle of sun and moon, heat and cold, stillness and motion. She is not a malevolent force, but a necessary one. Not a monster, but a master of her craft. She embodies the raw, untamable spirit of the desert itself, beautiful, dangerous, and utterly indifferent to the world beyond her sandy realm. She has existed for millions of years and will continue to exist long after our own fleeting footprints have been swept away by the wind. She asks for nothing and takes only what she needs, a perfect, self-contained system of survival. In the great, silent theater of the desert, she is the principal actor who is rarely seen, the silent narrator of a story as old as the sand itself. Hunter, ghost, an eternal breath in a kingdom of heat and silence.